These are the craziest last-minute moments in football.
Minus Smart 2-2.
But let's start with this insane goal by the legend Michael Owen back in 2001. Liverpool and Arsenal were tied in the FA Cup final, and in the dying minutes of the game, Michael Owen went and did this.
Pace here at Michael Owen again. It's there! Michael Owen strikes again. The boy is a genius.
And he wasn't the only Liverpool legend to shock the world in an FA Cup final. Because how the hell did Steven Gerrard do this?
And then Gerrard! Oh, goodness me! What a strike!
That ball went faster than a bullet. That goal won Liverpool the FA Cup, but Italy's goal during that same year won them the most wanted trophy in football. We have to go back to the 2006 World Cup semi-final between Italy and Germany. The game was goalless, but then Italy got a corner and Fabio Grosso became public enemy number one in the entirety of Germany.
Pirlo! It's Grosso! Italy surely are through to Berlin!
Germany were crushed, but 8 years later they were back in the World Cup finals, and this time the story was just a little bit different. The game had gone into extra time, and everyone was nervously waiting for a penalty shootout, except Mario Götze. Mario was not ready to waste any more time on penalties and decided to end the game right there and then.
Aimed in for Götze! Mario Götze for Germany! 112 minutes! They find a way!
He will never forget that day. How could he? It was a dream come true. Unlike the nightmare that haunted Dortmund during the UCL final against Bayern Munich. Mario Götze couldn't make the squad because of a severe injury. Maybe if he was around, he could have stopped Arjen Robben from destroying Dortmund's Champions League dreams with this 88th minute goal.
To get Ribery through the middle. Frenchman's done well. Robben is there! Arjen Robben! And surely won it for Bayern Munich to continue his great personal record here at Wembley.
Maybe Mario would have won it all if he'd have just subscribed to the channel.
Shut your
Jeez, okay, maybe that was a little bit cringe. Excuse me, boys. Now, Robben's goal was cool and all, but there's probably nothing more satisfying than scoring a last-minute winner in a Manchester derby. And Nani did it, in style.
For a player of his heading ability, David head on it. Nani gets away from company, and Nani can win it for Manchester United, and surely has done. From 2-0 down, they are 3-2 up.
Nani was already a Man United darling boy, so that goal just made the fans love him more. But Robin van Persie had to earn his spot, and there is no better way to become a fan favourite at United than by scoring a late free kick in another Manchester derby. That goal made him an instant fan favourite, just like it did for Matic when he scored this belter against Crystal Palace.
Shuttleworth is travelling. Matic has to go! Oh! Incredible strike! His first goal for Manchester United. He'll never get a better one.
Matic saved the day, but the stakes were much, much lower in that game compared to Man United's Champions League match against Juventus. United were down by 1 goal. It hurt even more because Juve's goal was scored by none other than Cristiano Ronaldo. All was lost until United got a free kick in the 86th minute.
It's going to be Mata! Oh, what a free kick! Juan Mata! Magnificent!
Then, in the 89th minute, things got worse for Juventus when Leonardo Bonucci scored an own goal. I'm sure Ronaldo would have punched Bonucci in the face if he could have, but he had to swallow the bitter pill. A few years later, Ronaldo was back again at United and was now the one dishing out the heartbreaks. Man United were on the verge of getting eliminated from the Champions League. Antony had equalised for United in the second half, but they needed one more goal to escape elimination. With less than a minute left on the clock, that's when Cristiano Ronaldo stepped up to the plate.
Ronaldo knocks it down. Lingard. Ronaldo! Champions League MVP!
And of course, he had to go and show off his abs. Because, you know, he's in love with himself. Do you know who he's not so in love with? Gareth and Cristiano were big enemies back in the day.
Stop the cap.
And so he must have hated it when Bale scored this absolute screamer in one of the most classic fixtures in football history. The game had only 6 minutes to go. There was a Copa del Rey trophy at stake. Bale receives a beautiful pass on the left side of the field and then makes one of the greatest runs in football history.
Beat for pace here by Gareth Bale. It's a terrific run. Can he go all the way? Gareth Bale lights up the Copa del Rey final.
That goal won the trophy for Real Madrid. The only other goal that I would put close to this one is this amazing tackle and assist by Wayne Rooney. In the MLS of all places, DC United's goalkeeper had come out to join a corner, leaving the goal open for the other team. But they lost the ball and were about to concede when Rooney won the ball back spectacularly. And then...
Big collision by the captain. That is unbelievable effort. Rooney putting one up. Acosta.
Who knew Rooney could defend like that? And look at that keeper! The dude almost became a laughing stock for the next 2 months. Maybe he should have gone to Alisson for lessons because he does it better than anyone.
Make yourself a story. It's Alexander. Oh, it's Alisson! Unbelievable! The big Brazilian stopper has only gone forward and scored a header with the last touch of the game.
Not only did he score, but it also won the game for Liverpool. That must have been the highlight of his career. Just like the Liverpool legend Fernando Torres when he betrayed Liverpool, transferred to Chelsea, and broke Barcelona's heart with this historic goal.
Torres is away.
And he's on chance. One-on-one with Valdez to send Chelsea to the Champions League final. Fernando Torres has done it. It's unbelievable!
That goal put Chelsea in the UCL final. I think that goal was revenge because Chelsea was so incredibly butthurt about what Andres Iniesta did to them back in 2009. For the first time in history, Chelsea were on their way to the Champions League final. They could feel the atmosphere, but in the 93rd minute, Andres Iniesta made them taste their own tears.
You find the right killer ball. Bojan was there. It's headed away by Terry, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the Chelsea fans cover their eyes in horror.
I'm sure the Chelsea staff were already booking their flights home when the ball went in. But listen, when it comes to last-minute goals in the Champions League, no one has a better story to tell than Lucas Moura. So in this particular game against Ajax, Tottenham needed to win to qualify for the Champions League final. Everything was on the line. Moura had scored 2 goals earlier in the game, making it a 2-2 draw. The 5 minutes of extra time were almost up when Lucas Moura gave Tottenham's trophy cabinet staff a reason to get back to work with this last-minute goal.
Here's Dele Alli. Here's Lucas Moura. Oh, they did it! I cannot believe it! Lucas Moura with the last kick of the game.
I'm sure some Tottenham fans remember that day more than their wedding day. Sadly, Lucas Moura never won the title. However, Sergio Roberto did, and his late goal sealed one of the greatest comebacks in footballing history. PSG had destroyed Barcelona by 4-0 in the first leg. Going into the second leg when you're 4 goals up, piece of cake, right? Barcelona came into the game like they meant business. In no time, Barcelona were up by 4 goals. The comeback was on. PSG pulled one back, so now Barcelona needed another goal, or else everything they did was for nothing. It seemed like all was lost for Barca until the last minute.
Neymar. Chips it forward.
Sergio Roberto lit the whole of Catalunya up with that goal. And his rival, Sergio Ramos, did something very similar for Real during the UCL final. Atletico Madrid were up by 1. The fans were already getting the bottles ready to party until Sergio Ramos came and pooped all over that party.
Modric takes. It's a header from Sergio Ramos! Sensational finish!
Real Madrid won the trophy that night. It looks like guys with the name Sergio really like to score at the very last minute, because our next guy is Sergio Aguero. Man United and Man City were in a very tight race for the EPL trophy, but United were on the verge of winning. Man City had to win their game against QPR, or else they would have had to watch their noisy neighbours paint the city red that night. The trophy was already being transported to Old Trafford. Their name was getting engraved on the cup. But then, Sergio Aguero sent United's dreams to the grave.
Balotelli. Aguero! Staggering! Just staggering!
There must have been a little tremor that day from all the jumping and stomping from Man City's fans. Manchester was certainly blue that night, but I'm sure that goal reminded Sir Alex of that one night in Camp Nou. The famous 1999 Champions League final between Man United and Bayern Munich is still talked about to this day. United were down by 1 goal. Their chance of winning the treble faded with every passing second until a man named Teddy Sheringham stepped up and scored a late equaliser during injury time. The game was headed for extra time, but the babyface assassin killed the game and no one had seen him coming.
Beckham with the corner.
Oh, it's Solskjaer! Can you believe it? The most dramatic finale to surely win the Champions League for Manchester United.
But if you think the opposing teams of all these last-minute scorers were unlucky, I just know you haven't watched this video. This will make you understand what 0% luck truly means.